Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us on Friday morning. It's August 25th.
You're entirely welcome, Joe.
My name's Joe Callahan.
I was going to join you anyway.
I know. That's Dave Richards yakking up over there right over me. Thanks, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
And we're going to have a full-packed Coffee Ann today. A bunch of different guests, and it's going to be great. So we're
quit
expecting...
blabbing and let me get to the first commercial, will
Well,
you?
we're going to get that in a minute. We're expecting Melissa Murray to be here, but joining us at the Coffee Ann table is Nick Gassy. Hello, Nick.
Hey,
Hi,
Nick.
how you doing, Joe? Hi,
Good.
Dave.
How's it going?
Nick's from the St. John the Baptist Romanian Orthodox Church. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But our first segment sponsor is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Is that
What do
St.
you know?
John the Baptist Romanian Orthodox Church? Yes, yeah, is it really?
Yes, it
you
is.
get the whole name there?
I did.
You must have read it off the paper.
I did.
Okay, very
Tell us
good.
about the chamber, Dave.
All right, well, listen, the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce sponsors us here for a conversation every Friday morning. I have in my in-book The List. Welcome Wednesday Network Coffee on September the 6th from 8 to 9 in the morning at the BBBS headquarters in Providence. You can register just by clicking on a little button. If you get the email, you get the email by joining the chamber. Eggs and Issues breakfast coming up on September the 14th. The guest is Secretary of State Amore at the Kirkbrae Country Club, and the time is 8:15. Emerging Leaders Leadership Lessons breakfast coming up on September the 28th. You know, September's just next week, a week from today, my friends. So don't be thinking that's so very long away. Make your plans now. 8:45 to 10 in the morning at Bryant University in Smithfield. This is the networking pop-up coming up. Another one in October. They do them just about every month at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. 334-1000 is how you find out how you can be a member of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, and you will find it is always a whole lot easier to become a member of the chamber than you may think. Is that Melissa lurking around the corner there? Oh, she's here with a Yeti today.
She always brings her Yeti with her.
Not always.
Not always?
No,
I've noticed it.
She has her own coffee cup.
Well,
And that stays here at this day. I mean, she's almost moved in, for Pete's sake. Nick thought that she was his neighbor. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
All right, let's get back to Nick now.
All right, Nick on the parish council at the St. John the Baptist Romanian Orthodox Church, and we invited Nick in because they're having their annual food festival. Starts tomorrow, but after a 4-year absence.
Yeah, well, I think like everyone else with the pandemic, we had to take a little hiatus. 2020 and 2021. In 2022, the church actually celebrated its 110th anniversary. It was founded in 1912, so that was the big event last year. Was a banquet and a special liturgy that was held. Our bishop came in, so that was a really nice event. So we focused the attention there, but we're back serving the community and the greater Woonsocket community on this Saturday.
So the church is located on the corner of East School Street and Elbow Street.
Right in the back of where Social Park, where the softball field is. Exactly,
Okay.
yes.
And so you'll be setting up tents, and what kind of food is going to be part of the festival?
So it's...
Boy, now you asked the right answer.
Jump right into the
There
good
you
stuff,
go.
right to the meat of the thing.
Exactly. So from the food perspective, we have both lamb and chicken kebabs. We have a...
Lamb is awesome.
It is,
And I know that there are people out there, you can't eat lamb and blah, 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 but lamb's delicious.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree with you. Really great kebabs. And then we have what's called a mitite. It's a Romanian sausage. It's a combination of beef and lamb and pork. And then we also have a sarmale, which is stuffed cabbage, stuffed pork wrapped in the cabbage. So the community has been diligent trying to get everything prepared. You know, we're skewering the meat tomorrow morning that's being marinated right now. Then there's an assortment of desserts that are being made by the ladies of our community. So
Like what?
well, we have different things. We have traditional fruit breads. We have madeleines dipped in chocolate. We have crepes. We have some kozanak, which is a Romanian bread. And there's also beer and wine, too. And an assortment of beverages as well. We have raffles going on throughout the day and music in the background, too.
You got bands or is just a
DJ
playing music? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you cooking? Anything?
I'm actually going to be serving food.
You're serving. All
I'm
right.
serving food. I'll be there tomorrow, probably 6:30 with my wife. We'll be skewing the meats with a bunch of the other people from the community and getting things started and last minute stuff today. Last night we put up the tent, so yeah, it's been busy.
Before the rain, right?
Yeah, thank goodness, exactly.
Not
Right.
during the rain.
I told the priest to say an extra prayer tomorrow so we can have some sunshine. So hopefully that works.
Well, it's looking good there for the weather-wise for tomorrow.
It
there,
is.
Dave.
And may I suggest just
Yeah.
start at one end of the parking lot where the tents are, and they're
Yep.
serving the food and everything. Just take one of everything. Go from left to right, and you will be very happy. Believe me. Bring things home with you. Discover new things you never tried.
Exactly.
It's just good. I mean, next to Autumn Fest, I love this for the food.
The food festival, yeah.
I really do, and I'm going to be there first thing tomorrow.
Great. We look forward to having you.
Now, the whole thing takes place between 11 in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. That goes pretty late. Most don't go that long.
Well,
Yeah,
typically,
but the baseball players they don't complain.
typically we had a 2-day festival.
Yeah, okay.
And after a 4-year hiatus and, resources, we figured let's go back smoothly. We'll just start in baby steps, go back to 1 day. So we said, you know what, let's hit the lunch time between 11 and 2, and then after we'll hit the dinner crowd. And then people that work can come and
Yeah.
trickle in at night as well. So that's what we're hoping to do.
All
and,
right.
and music too, right?
Music. Our DJ is actually a police officer in Massachusetts. Actually, one of the chiefs in the smaller communities. And he
No
does this on the side. He loves spinning his music, and
love
so
it.
this is his little hobby.
Now, will it be regular top 40 music, or are you going to sneak in a couple of
Romanian songs?
Everything.
favorites?
Everything. He's very eclectic. He'll dance music. He'll have a little, jazz music. He'll have Romanian dancing music. So he's going to mix it up. He'll do a
Will they
great
come
job.
out from the back of the counters and start doing a little dance?
Will he?
No, I'm talking about the people who are at the tables.
Yeah.
Parishioners,
Yes, you'll get some people that get inspired. I'm sure. For sure. Yes.
What a great thing. Plus, there's always a place to go and sit down and eat too.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about filling your arms and
It's standing.
it's standing. Right. So your comfort has been considered.
Definitely.
Mm-mm.
You did mention beer and wine, but water and soda are going to be
Water
available
and
as
soda,
well?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Well, got to think of the kids,
Without a doubt.
All right.
Without a doubt.
Do you make the sausage there? Is this kind of put it into the casings and grind it up? Or?
So what happens is we buy the meat in its entirety from. It's actually a Romanian person that has a catering hall down in Connecticut. So he distributes a lot of the Romanian foods when he entertains or has venues. With some of the different events. He's the one that we get the meat from, and then we get it at the church, and then our priest with one of his relatives. They're the ones that kind of season it, and
Oh,
then
yeah?
they prepare it. Yeah. So it's a process. It's
yeah.
definitely a process.
So you never know what kind of talents a priest is going to have, huh?
He's a great carpenter too.
Is he?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's yeah. She's been serving our community since 1995, so it's been 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his wife. So in the Orthodox faith, the priest can get married.
Okay.
And he does it all.
In past years, I know you had the 4-year break, but well attended this event. Everyone from the parish turning out. You think?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you try to play around the vacation schedules.
Yep.
August is still a popular month before the kids go back to school, so we're hoping that most of the people are back in the area.
Well, school starting next week.
yeah.
I think you hit it right here.
Hopefully. 4 years ago, it's funny you say that. It was literally 100 degrees.
Was
and
it?
I, Dave,
I
you
remember
remember? Yeah, it was, and I think
Brutal.
it was brutal. It was brutal. I pitied the poor guy that grilled.
Yeah.
So. But no, it's going to be a little bit more comfortable this time.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Anything else there, Dave?
No, I
It
didn't.
looked
want
like you were about to come out
I
with
didn't
something.
want to. Well, I was waiting for my turn because you were talking.
All right. Melissa, do you have any comments on this
so look, that he
festival?
just jumped over me.
I know. Well, I want to make everybody welcome.
Yeah, so I just think it's awesome that we have such a culturally diverse community. And this is especially true with the churches, the Romanian church, Ukrainian churches. I mean, we're talking a little of everything. And when these festivals happen, the Polish church is just such an opportunity to go and, like Dave said, try something that you hadn't tried before and just kind of immerse yourself into a different culture and meet people that you haven't met before. But I think it's fantastic. We have the bridge dinner tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to get by there or setting up at 2:00. So it's a big production. But it looks like the weather's going to work out for everybody.
All
So
right.
that is great.
Tell me what you want. I'll go pick it up for you and bring it over to the bridge where you're
That would be
sitting.
amazing. That would be
You
amazing.
know, a pal's a pal. I'll do it for you.
All right, back to you, Dave. Did you have a question for Nick?
No, I was going to ask what Melissa wanted to say.
Well, maybe I'll have to do a food run for everyone.
You have to do what?
Maybe I'll have to do a
food.
food run for everyone that's setting
for
up. But
all your volunteers on
Yeah,
the
I'm
Court Street.
thinking-
What,
I'm just
what time of
thinking.
day are they closing the Court Street Bridge?
2:00.
2:00?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So I mean, if you had to go over the Court Street Bridge earlier,
Oh, you can still walk over though until we start the
Okay.
event. I always tell the detail if people have groceries or if there's somebody that uses
but you're
that
not going to
bridge
be working
for,
there till 2:00.
Correct.
Right. Okay, now I get it. I thought
Right.
you were going to have target practice from 11 to 2. No, okay. So then you've got time. I'll
I
pick
do,
you
yes.
up. We'll go down to the Romanian Festival at
Yeah, I'll just be hanging out now,
Yeah,
doing nothing.
chilling.
yeah, no, that's right. I know you've got a big thing.
I do, but
You've got a big thing coming. Well, she knows she's got 150 people or something like that coming
almost
on Saturday night.
almost
Yeah.
just about. Yeah.
So, and you'll be busy with your beads too, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least you'll have some friends. We joke about that a little bit, and some people take that the wrong way. It's just another way of praying for good weather. But it looks like you're both going to come out really good.
I
on
don't want to
this.
get overly
thank you.
confident because last time I was, and it was 2% chance of rain. It rained on us for 2 hours. So I will
Right.
say, most likely it's going to be okay.
The
We might
2%
have a
was
little,
right over the Court Street Bridge.
literally only that. Yes, yeah. So, but I'm sure we will
now,
all have
Nick-
great
Nick's gonna
weather.
leave us in
I
a couple
agree.
of minutes here. Let's just point this out, Nick. She's already sold her tickets. Nobody else can come, so she's
That's
going to be
great.
busy. And this is the biggest thing in the world for her. I get it, but she's got to focus.
not the
on
biggest
this.
thing in the world,
But
but
you're
it's a
here
big
to
deal.
talk about your
Yes.
deal.
Yeah.
That's quite
where
all right.
People can just decide tomorrow to come, and we hope they do.
I
Yes.
agree.
And then they come.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they can drop on over to your place, fill up on Romanian food, and they go over there and just leave a full plate.
We
over
have
at the-
plenty of takeout containers.
Well, there you go.
Excellent, excellent.
How long has the church put on this festival?
I want to say at least 50 years. You
Wow.
know, at
Wow.
least.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
I can remember it back into my youth, so I'm dating myself. So
when did you jump in and start helping out with it?
I joined the parish council in 2013, so 11
Okay.
years. Yeah. So we're it's like any.
It's better
Volu-
every year.
Well, I think like for any volunteering efforts these days, getting the resources to help out is challenging. So we do our best.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'll tell
it's-
you something, folks. For the years that I've been there, and I can't believe it's been 4 since I've been there, because I
I
still have
agree.
some wonderful, fresh memories of the last time.
I agree.
That when you go there, the members of St. John's Church, they are very, very friendly people. I mean, the people you're going to meet there tomorrow just can't love you enough for coming by and sharing their heritage and their food and their being part of their church community for ever so brief a moment. And they've got an excellent location for it. It's a beautiful, immaculate church right there in the corner of Elbow and East School Street. And in the back, there's just a huge parking lot. And of course, there's parking on Elbow Street and East School Street if you wish as well, and walk right over. So there's plenty of room for you.
Okay, so it's the St. John the Baptist Romanian Orthodox Church Annual Food Festival tomorrow August 26th, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Nick Gassy, thanks for coming in, and
Thank
best
you.
of luck tomorrow.
I want to thank you and appreciate the support that you've given me and allowing me to come here. Honored to be
We'll
here.
be looking you up
Yep.
tomorrow, too, to say a few words on the mystery mic, I think.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
No running from Dave, okay?
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Dave, time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, this segment sponsor of Coffee Inn.
334-1000, the telephone number to call the chamber after 9 o'clock this morning when they start opening the telephone lines. Right now, you'll get a message. But if you want to talk to somebody, and you do, I think, 334-1000, Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you very much there, Dave.
Dr. Jeffrey Dodge says it's important to have regular dental checkups, especially to check for periodontal disease. You may be having apparent symptoms without knowing it. Some visible symptoms include occasional bleeding of gums, loose teeth, and receding gums. Your dentist can diagnose this problem early through regular dental visits. From Dr. Jeffrey Dodge, Park Avenue, Woonsocket at Park Square, 762-3044.
Hi, this is Noel Pinsence. Myself and Reverend Ryan Simus will present a fabulous show by Father Pat from La Salette Shrine. It will take place on Sunday, September 10th, and that is Grandparents' Day at 3:30. The doors will open at 3 p.m. at St. Joseph Church, Mendon Road in Woonsocket. Father Pat will present inspiring music. This event is sponsored by the Pepin family. Pre-sale tickets on sale now, $10 at Pepin Lumbers on Cumberland Hill Road. The day of the concert, $12. Cash only, no checks or credit cards. The address for Pepin Lumber, 830 Cumberland Hill Road. And we're going to help New Beginning Soup Kitchen and the St. Joseph Cupboard. Hope to see you there.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee Inn here on ONAM at FM. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. This is Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray, and Dave Richards will be here. And we're expecting our next guest to come on in, and here he comes, fashionably late as always.
No, he was here early.
Well, he was in the green room, but
I was talking
To Brent Wilson. So,
no, that's right. That's right.
I'll scooch it. I'll scooch it.
That's Noel Pinsence. How are you, Noel?
well,
You're looking
well.
Good morning.
Well is the
Yeah, that's
well
more-
We even
covers
match.
it.
I know her for years.
Well covers it. You're well.
You're right. I'm
You're also
well.
Noel.
Well, we just had your message on about the
Yes, I did
about
hear
the
Didn't he
the
sound
concert
good?
with Father Pat.
Yeah. That was one shot. One shot
take?
recorded. That's it.
Wow. You're a pro, Noel. So who came up with this idea for this show? Did Father Pat come to you, or did you go to him?
We went out for dinner. I love Chinese buffets. So he picked me up, and we talked, and I could hear him, the feel of his life has changed.
Okay.
Because has not been felt healthy of any kind.
Okay.
How old is Father Pat these days?
You never ask anybody how old they are, because it's none of my business, and it's none of him
okay.
to say
Oh, so
what
he's
the truth is.
21 then. Huh? Okay.
I'm just saying, when you and I were both kids, we knew Father Pat from CYO, and he wasn't a kid then.
No, you're right. I would say, I'm going to be 69 at Christmas. I would say he's in his,
Early 80s.
no, late 70s.
Late seven- okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, late 70s.
So you guys are out having a Chinese, and you're talking.
He says, you know what, my life, I miss
What did he say?
putting concerts on.
Okay.
See,
Because
the
he
days,
had to stop, right?
yeah.
Because of COVID.
the days of La Salette and lots of people being in that church
Yeah.
for concerts. When I went twice at Christmas time, 2 people have brought me, and the pot, there was 35 people.
Yeah.
Used to be packed.
Mm-hmm.
People that go there now, they go to they go to see the lights. It's just, but I will say, the Portuguese the Haitians are very fervent.
Okay.
So they do go, but it's come in, genuflect, sit for maybe 5-6 minutes, back out. So it's an in and out revolving door.
Okay.
So I said, you know, Father Pat, the last time he came to Woonsocket was my 25th anniversary at St. Anthony's, or maybe the 40th Anthony. You lose track of your life. But I still don't know who I am yet. Half of the time I'm in left field. And, and we talked. And the only reason I am here is because I have a big mouth. And I said, Father, if anybody can promote, it's myself.
It's you. Okay.
You know, it's that. Now, so I'm having fun. It's brought me out of the woodwork. So, you know, because this is what I did all my life.
So this is your idea. You said we can get you in over at St. Joseph's.
No, well, it takes, but the person that's responsible, and I'm going to let her come in and take over because it's Jean Pepin from Pepin Lumber, Louise, Elise, Camille, Denise. Everybody's got a ring in the thing. So I'm going to get her, and she's going to replace me because people are used to hearing me.
But they love hearing you, Noel.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. You heard enough. Brett Wilson
Signing off.
is signing off, and I'm going to send her in here. And watch her, we're going to fight. If you see me pushing her in, she falls on the ground.
Well, hit her with your cane.
Hey, did you notice my cane?
It matches your
I
shirt.
Matches
noticed.
my shirt.
I noticed.
Very
And I will
stylish.
say this. I enjoy hearing you
Oh, thank you.
on Coffee Inn.
Thank you.
I've heard you a lot. You add a balance to the program. You're funny. You say it the way it is. And it is what it is. Okay.
And I don't sports. You know that. Everyone knows that.
Yes. You ask her what happened with the Red Sox last
Well,
night.
I couldn't even know.
Whatever.
I don't sports, but I listen. So this way, at the restaurant, when I talk at Coachman, I got to know what I'm talking about, not be so stupid.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
coming in.
Convincing Gene to come in here.
And it's very nice to hear you on the radio.
Oh, thanks, Noel. All right. While Noel goes on to that task, have you seen the mugshot of our former president? You really can't miss
The
it.
real one or the one that was circulating?
The one that was circulating. That's the only one I've seen.
Okay, so there was
Are there two?
there are two. There was one that was circulating, and it was found to be a fake one. But
Oh.
when the real one came out, they kind of looked the same.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Doesn't look too happy.
well, no. Well, whoever looks happy in their mugshot.
Some there were some folks that were smiling.
I thought
Which
you were
I-
always told not to smile in your mugshot. That was the point.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
But he took it. His campaign took it. Now they're making T-shirts
right.
and trying to make hay with it. So how about that?
Yep. The T-shirts were being sold already last night. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
there you go.
Well, Noel did his convincing,
Good morning.
and he brought Gene Budnick from
Good.
Pepin Lumber.
Good
Who-
morning.
So
I think that Noel was looking forward to your assistance.
Well, I love Noel. Noel's great. He forced me in this chair. I'll just have you know.
And I was a witness.
that's because he kept hitting you with a cane, prodding you.
in that very great cane that
It's good- it's
matches
good
his
looking.
outfit.
That's right.
So, Noel looks great.
My cane doesn't look anything like my outfit.
So tickets for the show, which is on September 19th.
Correct.
Sorry, September 10th.
10th.
Are available at Pepin Lumber.
Correct.
So, were you instrumental in getting this whole thing set up,
well,
where
three-
it's going to show up, where the concert's going to be at St. Joseph's?
Sure. 3 years ago, before COVID, shortly before COVID, we had gotten a new pastor
Yeah.
at St. Joe, and my family has always Father Pat. My brother was friendly with him. Of course, Noel was
Yeah.
instrumental in getting him, and we had the idea. Of course, COVID happened, so we said, step back, and then we kind of brought that idea again, and that's where it's at. Yep. So it's he's so inspirational. Even if you're not Roman Catholic, no matter what faith,
Oh, yeah.
he's he's entertaining. Father Pat is entertaining. He's just outgoing.
Outgoing,
He really
okay.
gets the audience.
He never changed in that way. That was what
yeah.
endeared him to
Yeah.
kids back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does he? Does he sing a cappella? Is there, or does he have a or music
Usu-
with him?
He usually has his own music. I saw him again in December at
Yeah.
Christmas time, and he plays the guitar.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember
and
him playing the guitar.
Sometimes he has like a keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
so I would think he does a combination of each. He also has quite a few CDs that
yeah.
we own, and sometimes
Going
he-
back to before there were
Yeah.
CDs.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. So yes, we have the tickets. They're only $10 a ticket, be pre-buy, and then $12 at the door.
All right.
And all the proceeds, I don't know if you noticed it, go to St. Joseph Food Cupboard, and then have to the New Beginnings, which
Nice,
Jean does
nice.
a great job, as
She
you
does.
know, in the city. I'm sure you've had her on this radio
gosh.
station
Oh, yes,
before.
many a time.
Yes,
So-
and Father Pat's been on many, many times.
Yeah.
We had a CYO program on for many years when Gil
Yeah.
Deary was with us, and Father. That's how we met Father Pat
Yeah.
on the radio.
Yeah, he's a fantastic entertainer.
So does he put on the hour and a half, 2-hour show? What do you think?
It should be just about an hour and a half,
Okay.
give or take. We may have a little intermission.
Okay.
But it'll be a great day. I know. it
So for
will.
those of you who are thinking that he's just going to come out and sing hymns, that's
Oh.
not it.
No,
That was never
no,
Father Pat.
Yeah,
He could
okay.
do it.
No, yes,
Yeah.
you're right. He could do it. Yeah, but he
More
I-
contemporary stuff.
Yeah, well, he's a mix. Let's
Okay.
call it a mix.
Yeah.
A mix. I know at Christmas time he sang a nice Christmas jingle that was everybody would know, and he got the he got the audience involved too,
Sure.
which was kind of nice. I mean that is one thing about singing, but to get the audience involved, that's fantastic.
Now I know Noel's not listening now.
No,
but-
probably
but,
not.
But do you think Noel? You think Father Pat can get Noel to get up and sing?
I tell you, there could be a slight
Could
possibility
be
there.
a duo going on there.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't
We
heard
had
Noel
the-
sing in a while, but I'll tell you, I
Noel
pay money to
sings-
see that.
So Noel sings fantastic, and I
Right,
know they.
yeah.
Don't quote me on it, but I want to say they had to have sung together before.
At some point.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I would definitely think so.
All right. So
Definitely.
that would be great if they could get together in this one.
Yes. it
So
would be.
and listening to the announcement that Noel made for us, it's an all cash thing. No credit cards, no checks.
It just makes it easier.
Yeah.
If people don't mind, we'll take the checks, we'll take the cash. It just
Yeah.
makes it easy to save that credit card fee.
That's right. That's
As
that's right.
Melissa knows, and you guys know too.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We take credit
that's a
cards.
whole other radio.
Yeah, we take credit cards and we do,
Yeah.
take the stuff on the website, and there's a cost to all of it.
Well, sure.
We are trying
Yeah.
to raise money here, so
Unfortunately,
So the show is September 10th. What time is the show?
the show starts at 3:30.
Okay, 3:30 in the afternoon.
Plenty of seating in the church, and you'll admire the church. It recently got painted, and it's got a brand new. It makes it St. Joseph when it did its remodeling. It made it a little more. I don't want to say contemporary, but not as Roman Catholic looking. So now it has a beautiful oak background that looks more authentic.
oh my.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I haven't seen that yet. We'll have
yeah,
to see it.
Yeah, you'll be very. You'll be impressed.
Yes.
You'd be impressed. We have a fantastic pastor there.
Mm-hmm.
Father Ryan Simus he's a younger pastor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's brought a lot to the community, having to combine, the St. Charles, the All Saints.
Mhm.
We even have parishioners that have come over from St. Teresa's because they've closed.
Right.
So it's
It's tough.
It's tough.
That's tough, though.
That's
You'd
a
have
whole
to
other
do that.
issue. But yeah,
You're
he's
right.
really doing
Well,
a
that's
good
just
job.
that's just the sign of our modernity here, and you have to put up with that, guys, because
Yeah.
everything changes, right?
Yes, yes.
And the good acoustics over at St. Joseph?
Yes, we
Yeah.
have a very good sound system. It got changed. Again, a lot of changes. When a new priest comes in like that, he was younger. He came from St. Philip's. It was a more modern church. So that was like one of the first things he did was change the acoustics.
Wow.
So the sound
So
system.
we can hear better.
Yep.
Great.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, so
Fantastic.
the concert is Sunday, September 10th, 3:30 in the afternoon at St. Joseph's. Tickets are available at Pepin Lumber, only at Pepin Lumber, and except at the door. But,
Yes, at the door. And to be honest with you, we sold some at the door after masses.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it
okay.
was convenient for, you know, the
Sure.
elderly people that, you know, didn't get to the store. But plenty
All
of
right.
pepper lumber.
All right, Gene, thanks for being the Uber driver for Noel today.
I had no problem. I just wish Noel would have stayed here instead of pushed me in the seat. But
That's
you did
okay.
great. You did great.
it was good to hear from Noel.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It's good to
All
hear
right.
from you too.
And you too, Gene. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, we're going to take a break here in Coffee, and it's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
A 90% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm today, high of 69, and a wind from the south. Up to 3/4 of an inch of rain are possible during the day today. Tonight, cloudy, 67, a 60% chance of more showers and thunderstorms. Saturday's weather, showers and thunderstorms likely in the morning and then clearing throughout the day. More clouds than sun all day with a high of 79 degrees and a breeze from the west. Sunday, partly sunny, 72. Monday, mostly sunny and 76. Tuesday, mostly cloudy, 73. Wednesday, partly sunny and 75. And on Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 70.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with clouds and rain, we've got 65 degrees. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Information at positivecoach.org.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Rhode Islanders need a strong and effective leader in Congress, and more importantly, someone they can trust. I'm Stephen Casey. As a 17-year first responder with the Woonsocket Fire Department, I will never forget where I came from or who I work for. In my 10 years in leadership at the State House, I've brought people together from competing interests to find compromise and common ground, which is what this country needs. I'm Stephen Casey. I'm asking for your vote now through September 5th. You've counted on me. Now I hope I can count on you.
Paid for, Casey for Congress.
I'm Stephen Casey, and I approve this message.
Hello, I am Paul LaValle, and on September 9th at 2 p.m., the pro-life members of St. Joseph's in Woonsocket will be hosting a remembrance ceremony for the unborn. Location is Resurrection Cemetery in Cumberland on West Rentham Road. It will be held at the monument of the unknown baby Mary. We invite you and hope you can join us.
ON Radio presents the best of the Blackstone Valley. Stay tuned.
It is Coffee and on OED. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, and now we're being joined by Rich Elaine from Post 85 here in the city.
The Rooster is back.
Good
Yes,
morning.
sir,
Good
Rooster's
morning to you
here.
there.
Morning,
Rich. How are you
morning.
today?
I'm doing well, thank you very much.
Excellent.
In spite of the rain, you know, hey,
what are you
what
gonna
the
do?
heck, right?
Tell us what's new, what's going on, what's exciting at the Post.
Well, we got a lot of, believe it or not, even though we're coming toward the end of the summer, we got a lot going on. First thing I want to talk about, though, is that AMP series. I went there last Friday. Saw
11
Melissa,
AMP, yeah.
Melissa down there.
Saw you?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll tell you,
Enjoy the Zydeco?
my God. Huh?
Great.
That was some great music. And, you know, and just to piggyback a little bit off of that, I've talked with some of the people over at the Post, and I mean, it's very, very early stages, but we have actually been in touch with the Cajun band Magnolia from the Rhode Island area, and hopefully next year we can put together a little Cajun day up at the Post and have some traditional Cajun food, and maybe Magnolia doing some music for us. I mean, that's all early stages, but we're going to try to get that going next year, because you saw the reaction of the people down there. I mean, as
loved
soon as Nathan got up and
This is the
started
start.
doing his thing,
Yeah.
there had to be 100 people jump up and start dancing. It was just like,
I danced.
Did
I
you?
don't know if anybody saw me, but I did.
I did a
and
little-
I don't generally do that.
I did a little chair dancing.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm pretty good at that.
I'm glad you had a good
Couldn't
time.
help ourselves.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and we had our open house last weekend, and Dave was down there doing a little bit of promoting for us. Thank you very much for that, Dave. But we had we did our hot dogs and hamburgers, and we actually at the open house, I saw a few new faces pop in, and we were able to talk to these people. Some of them hadn't been there in years, and they turned around. They were telling us how pleased they were with some of the changes we've made down there and how the place looks great and all that. And
Well, it does.
yeah, well, thank you. And we've had some brand new people down there for the open house too. So hopefully some of them become members. And but all in all, it was a really nice day out there. And we had the DJ going in the afternoon, and we had Wicked West, a band that performed afterwards. And I had to kind of go home in between for a little while in the afternoon, but I came back for the band that night, and boy, we had a heck of a crowd. So, yeah, it was a great day all the way around, and hopefully people got some exposure for the Post, and hope to see it back down there again. Of course, we previewed our color guard that day, and I'm extremely proud of that because when I first became involved with the Post about 8 years ago, I've always said I'd love to see a color guard. I'd love to see a color guard,
And now you have one.
and we have one.
Yeah.
And it was just the guys I'm working with, the two Joes and the one Ed. You guys did a great job, and we're just so honored and privileged to be able to do this, and the fact that we did it up at the memorial, which was really, really. Really sensational. So thanks to those guys and to everybody that was up there. And like I said, we knew our left foot from our right foot. And, that was probably the most important thing to me that day. But
We all start on the correct foot.
there you go. There you go. It's funny what you remember from the days of
Your
when I
military
was at
days,
boot
right?
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's the preparatory command and the command of execution and what foot you go and when you give the preparatory command. But all that came back. All that came back. So.
We got pictures up on our computer screen.
Oh, look at
If you're
that.
looking
Look at that.
online.
Now, I don't know who's in the back, the two guys in the back. I got to talk to them because it looks like the Joe
They're
in the
off.
front and me second. I've got that left foot going up there, but those are some of the raffle items there that are popping up. But
For our radio audience, if you catch the TV replay, you'll see all these pictures.
Yeah.
yeah, but we had a great time. And Don and his wife, they did the cooking that day, which was fantastic. But
Well, that's probably why she said he was a fantastic cook.
yeah. I mean, he kept here we are. Boy, too bad
look
that
at
people that
smart.
listen to the radio don't see the pictures
that's very
because
nice.
That's the
yeah,
color
but I
guard.
mean, yeah, we look good. You can take our word for it.
Yes, you do. That's because you're not moving.
There you go.
You'll
There you
stand
go.
still.
But I like that shot right there. That's
from
like
the
the
flame.
memorial
Yeah.
itself with the color guard
The
right
eternal
there.
flame
but,
in the background, right?
Yep. Yeah, but like I said, if you haven't visited up there, you got to come up and take a look. I think you'll be really impressed.
Yeah.
And then, of course, stuff that hasn't happened yet. In fact, tonight we do have a band up there. I think this is the last weekend we're having bands, but we're going to
Okay.
do a Friday and a Saturday night for the bands. We got Northeast Groove coming in tonight at 7 o'clock. They're going to play from 7 to 11. Do not let the weather bother you, even if it's raining. We have a covered pavilion, and we actually have curtains that'll go around the outside of the pavilion. If it decides that the wind wants to blow and the rain really wants to come down hard, well, we can keep you
No
pretty
rain
dry.
tonight.
No rain
No
tonight?
rain tonight.
Attaboy, Dave. Thank you very much. So come on out and enjoy Northeast Groove down at the American Legion Post at 870 River Street here in Woonsocket. And the outside bar will be open for beverages. So 7 to 11 with Northeast Groove. And then tomorrow night, Saturday, we have a band brand new. They've never played up at the Post before. The band's called Cartoon Heroes.
I like
Alright.
it.
So have you heard of them?
No, I like the name.
The name, yeah.
Cartoons.
You wonder if
Like-
they're going to play some, old Batman tunes or whatever. But yeah, they're going to be there from 7 to 11. Cartoon Heroes on Saturday night. And of course, every Sunday we have our meat raffle. So on Sundays, if you want to come down right around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And like I've always said, we have a meal that we provide or some type of food that we can provide. And all you got to do is buy a $5 meat raffle ticket. That's all you got to do. And then you actually have something to eat. And then you get your drawing, you're drawing that day for the meat raffle too. So we do that on every Sunday. Something else that's coming up too, and I just want to make quick mention of, on September 3rd from, it says noon to 6 p.m. here, we are having our annual Polka Fest up there. We got the Rich Boblowski Orchestra coming in. Babinski. Man, these Polish people out there, they're not going to like me, huh? But yeah, they're coming in and they're playing. I've got down here from. It says I think this flyer is kind of wrong. It says they're going to be playing from 2. Okay, I got to get my glasses on. 2 to 6 p.m.
They're right here.
Which yeah, I know it. They're right there. No, they're going to be playing from 2 to 6 p.m. So we're starting out. It says here at noon, but from noon to 2, I guess. You go down to the outside bar and have your beverages and get all fired up for the music. But we're going to have the food for purchase down there by Krakow Deli Smokehouse Bakery.
Oh boy,
They're so good.
They're unbelievable. And one thing I do remember is that the lines are pretty long for that. So
Yes, always.
as soon as you see them start setting up, get up out of your chair and get in line.
Yep. Yeah.
Sure.
But and of course we have
Try the schnitzel.
we have our
It's
outdoor
my new
bar.
favorite at Krakow,
What?
schnitzel.
Schnitzel?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
got garlic in it and pork and all. Mike, oh boy, is it
Oh
good.
wow. I'm gonna have to make my way around the back of the line then and go up to where they're serving and say, hey, I'm busy. Could you set me up with some? But we have our outdoor bar. We got the restrooms right there. There's going to be American food available also, so I don't know how they're working that in. I haven't been privileged to know about that, but and so come on, bring your dancing Jews, enjoy the fun on September 3rd with the Polish music, and just have a good time. Another thing we're doing, and this is coming up on Sunday, September the 10th. We are going to. I've said it a few times before. We've been so privileged on the American Legion post, and I was in charge in the last 6 to 8 months of trying to bring the honor roll board. Members of Post 85 that have passed away, and while I was bringing that up to date, I had, and you look up all obituaries and things to try to get everything right. But one thing I found out is that a minimum of 10 gentlemen that were World War II veterans have passed away in the last 5 years were members of Post 85. When you think about that, the few World War II veterans we have left on this earth, and in the last 5 years, 10 of them belong to Post 85.
Wow.
That's I challenge any other VFW or American Legion post to say that they had those type of
many.
numbers for World War II vets. I bet you there's not many. And we still have, but the reason I mention that is the hall dedication is going to be to one of these World War II veterans, Bill Reynolds, that passed away about a year ago. And Bill was actually a member of the Red Ball Express in World War II. He was with the Army Air Corps when he first went into the Army. And then he became part of the Patton's Red Ball Express. And these were guys that delivered supplies by truck to in France and Germany, right through enemy lines. So it's really an honor to do a hall dedication to Bill, and we're still putting that together a little bit, and we hope to have some of his family down there. And like I said, that's going to be on Sunday, September the 10th. And so we're going to do it right around 3:30 in the afternoon. That way we get people to hang around for the meat raffle.
There you
See
go.
how we figured that out, huh?
You're so smart.
Oh, yeah, we're so smart, huh? And of course, I always like to mention at the end our veteran rides. We have that car that was donated to us by by Imperial Chevrolet out in Mendon, Massachusetts. And what we do with this vehicle is that we take our veterans to their medical appointments. So if you're a veteran out there, you have a hard time getting to your VA appointment or your private doctor's appointment, all you got to do is call American Legion Post 85 at 401-766-7585. And we're asking that the veterans that call for this ride, you be within the geographical vicinity of Woonsocket, on a town on the outskirts. We don't want to have to be traveling down the westerly Rhode Island to bring somebody to Providence. So I mean, as long as you're kind of north of Providence or right in the general area of Woonsocket, we'll be happy to accommodate you. One question we had is that I had one veteran from Bellingham, which is right over the line, and we will pick up in Bellingham, but they didn't think that we'd bring them into Boston. Well, we will.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not where you're going; it's pretty much where we have to pick you up at.
Okay.
So I mean, we'll do a Bellingham to the VA in Boston, the VA in Brockton. If you're in one of these surrounding towns, actually, this gentleman's going to Mass Eye and Ear. So, it's just
Still
not
Boston.
the VA. Yeah, it's still Boston, but it's just not the VA. We'll bring
Right.
you to a medical appointment if you're a veteran, and we not only bring you there, we wait for you there, and then we bring you home. So it's
Okay.
like having
Very
a
nice.
private Uber. So
Yeah.
now that I've really, exhausted my time.
All right, Rich. This portion of the Coffee and program has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
Rhode Islanders need a strong and effective leader in Congress, and more importantly, someone they can trust. I'm Stephen Casey. As a 17-year first responder with the Woonsocket Fire Department, I will never forget where I came from or who I work for. In my 10 years in leadership at the State House, I've brought people together from competing interests to find compromise and common ground, which is what this country needs. I'm Stephen Casey. I'm asking for your vote now through September 5th. You've counted on me. Now I hope I can count on you.
Paid for Casey for Congress.
I'm Stephen Casey, and I approve this message.
Enjoy the Chan's experience. Ooh, it's so good at Chan's, 267 Main Street in Woonsocket. Entertainment tonight, Friday, August 25th at 8 p.m. It's Claudia Lanier featuring the Duke Robillard Trio. $35 in advance, $40 at the door. Tomorrow night, August 26th. It's going to be an 8 p.m. show with Peach Eaters. $25 in advance and $30 at the door. Lots of great music on stage in the Four Seasons Banquet Room at Chan. Too hot to cook? Call Chan's with live music, scorpion bowls. Try out the popular party platters at 765-1900. Chan's at 267 Main Street in Woonsocket.
Calling all classmates from Woonsocket High School class of 1978. This is Linda Senecal. We're hoping that you'll help us come and celebrate our 45th class reunion at Bella Restaurant in Burrville. It's going to be Friday, September 15th from 5 to 10, and we're looking forward to sharing all the old memories and the new memories that we can create. If you have questions or concerns or would like to come, please contact me at 401-766-3134. Hope to see you there.
ON Radio presents the best of the Blackstone Valley. Stay tuned.
It is Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray. Rich Elaine is here as well. We did have a note that was called in, and on a completely different subject, just talking about the Little League World Series in general. They're just saying these games have been very entertaining. The competition's been great on whole. It's just been a pleasure to watch. The only thing that they have a problem with would be the umpires. They're not good. Most didn't know what they were doing. A lot of confusion. Balls and strikes, and not good. They do tend to widen that strike zone because they got to keep the game moving along. So if the catcher can catch it and it's kind of near the strike zone, it's got to be a strike. So kids, you got to swing at it. But missed calls on the bases, missed infield fly rules, and I did see this happen. And this happened with the Smithfield team, and I can't remember if they were batting or in the field, but there was a left-handed batter and he bunted, and he bunted the ball into the other batter's box, and then it rolled foul. They called it a fair ball. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No.
That's foul. Everybody knows that. But they ruled it fair, and the guy made it to first base. I'm like, but that's wrong.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree. The umps have not been great. Okay, but I've seen better. We'll put it that way. But the games have been very good, and the championship is going to be this weekend.
Yeah.
At some point. So just be on the lookout for that.
Who were the final two?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
They're still determining the U.S. and the international side.
Okay,
so probably won't know till Sunday.
I can't believe the
Wow,
size of some of
okay.
these kids.
Some of them are
God.
huge.
Taller than
12-year-olds.
me.
I know a 12-year-old weighs, you know, you got a 12-year-old weighs 185 pounds and stands 6'2", and you're throwing a fastball that
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't even see for crying out loud. But
They always,
you know,
they always they clock the fastballs, and it comes in at like 78 miles an hour. But because the pitching mound is so much closer to the home plate, they said, well, if it was really a lot longer, this pitch would be up in the 90s. That's how fast they're throwing.
and you know, I know they're trying to protect the kids with the rule of 80 foot, you know, so many pitches, and then you got to go so many days rest and everything.
yeah.
But one thing the only thing I wish they do, because you're talking about like the final game of the World Series. I mean,
Yeah.
one thing I wish they do is I wish they just take that rule and just for the final game.
Yeah, but they don't.
And just say, you know, that rule don't, because you want your best
yeah.
pitcher out there for the last game.
Just makes
you
it
want
tougher.
your best. Yeah,
makes it
just,
tougher on
Yeah.
the coach.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about these,
move kids around.
like, you know, especially if you fall into the losers bracket and you make it to the championship, you've used your pitchers
Of course.
the last 2 or 3 days in a row, and you know
Now
your
you're
best
out of
guy
it.
ain't eligible. Now you're probably down to your 4th or 5th guy. So you know, but I just wish that was the one rule. But I agree with you with the umpiring. It's kind of.
I've seen better. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. All right, Melissa, another survey's been done in the friendliest, America's dog-friendliest city.
You want me to guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Atlanta.
No.
Oh, I'll guess to Seattle.
No, they're not in the top 3.
Wow.
They went by the number of dog-friendly apartments, number of veterinary offices, average veterinary costs, and the number of dog parks. So,
Oh, Des Moines.
nope, Raleigh, North Carolina comes in at number 1,
Okay.
followed by Nashville, Tennessee, and then Madison, Wisconsin.
All right.
Which I'd be surprised because I just think it's a little too cold there in
Yeah.
Madison for the dogs. But that's they looked at 98 cities, and that's what they came up with.
They asked the dogs.
No,
No.
yeah, but they never answered. Rich. So this is what got Dave confused earlier. Lego is now selling Braille versions of its toy bricks.
But they've already
But-
got bumps on them, Joe.
Well, I'm not part of Lego, Dave. So, yes, Melissa.
I have a question, but
Question right off the bat.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. The toy maker said the release of the Braille bricks, quotes, marks a significant milestone in the development of more inclusive learning through play experiences, unquote.
So I'd imagine the idea must be like whatever figure they're showing on the Lego box.
Well,
If you're reading the brick in Braille, then you know what I'm saying?
Well, at some point, they started putting letters and numbers on the bricks.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. See, I didn't know this.
I didn't know that either. And symbols, like maybe, I don't know, like a rainbow or something like that. So therefore,
Okay, now it makes sense. Okay.
on the brick that has Braille, okay, this is the letter A, or this is the number 1,
That
or
makes
this
sense.
is the
That makes
word
sense.
rainbow.
Yeah.
So that was just so like when you're building, if you get a kit, you know, this piece goes there and that piece goes there. Is that kind
But-
of like a model almost?
Well, almost, yeah. But when I played with Legos as a kid, you were on your own.
Yeah, you just build whatever,
built
right?
whatever
You figure
fit
it out.
together.
Yeah.
And if you could make
There were no letters or numbers.
I basically made a pretty good wall.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you might have one of those little door frames.
Yeah.
Windows that open, but
So that's what they've decided to do. Now they're going to put the Braille with the printed letters, numbers, and symbols on each brick. English and French versions of the set are now available. You can pre-order it on Lego's website. Does not tell you how much it's going to cost. The release comes ahead of World Blind Awareness Month, which is October. So
Every day is a school day. I never knew there was any
Right. Yeah.
writing on
Does that
on
make
Lego.
now sense,
so
Dave?
now it makes
No.
sense.
It makes less sense.
No, it makes
If
more
a
sense,
blind
Dave.
person has to go on the web and order it off a screen, give me a
Dave,
break.
Someone else will do that, Dave.
I mean, it's just not working out for inclusion here.
Well, hopefully they know someone that can go online for them
Right.
if they really want it, and they will order them.
I see.
And if you're playing with Legos, you don't have a credit card anyway, so someone's got to order it for you anyway.
Dave, Lego just the Lego just called. Lego just called. Just forget about that interview to be like the assistant CEO for Lego.
I'm not getting it, and there's more information that I'm going to need to be able to understand it. I'm
All right.
sorry, still not getting it.
Note was called in 766-1240.
That's
Pretty
a
happy.
relief.
The Boston Red Sox won yesterday
Guess we're
against
gonna have to talk about Braille
the
Legos
defending
anymore.
world champion Houston Astros. Red Sox win 17-1.
Yeah.
So
I
quite
did hear that.
that's quite impressive. So
Mhm.
good for them. So they want to put cameras on the school buses in Cumberland.
Well, the superintendent
on the
does.
outside to catch
Mhm.
cars and trucks and other vehicles that are blowing past the stop signs.
Yep.
I'm like, well, that's a great idea.
Blowing
And
past
then
the school buses.
school
but the
buses,
school bus
not the
stops,
stop
yeah,
signs.
yeah, yeah. Don't
But
do that.
now the whole thing's been tabled.
Because
It was put on hold until the school board's next meeting. They don't say why. They say, okay, we'll pick it up next time.
okay, so so maybe it's the council and they're throwing it back to the school board.
Uh,
Makes sense, but
no, it was tabled at the school committee meeting on Thursday.
okay.
So they're using school committee and school board interchangeably here, and so we didn't make any decision right now, but we'll pick it up next time. The school superintendent, his name is Phil Thornton. Too many drivers are passing the stop buses.
Yep.
And
Now they have monitors, though, don't? Do they have monitors on their
all
bus?
Rhode Island schools.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So I mean, you still got the monitor that can step out and make. You know, I'd rather see the monitor get thumped than a little
Yeah.
kid.
Wow.
Sorry, yeah, it's just
But by the time the bus,
hazardous duty pay.
but by the time the bus stops, the monitor gets out.
Yeah.
The car's already gone by.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't have.
All right.
Yeah, like the
yeah.
arm
Yeah.
is coming out.
The
You
arm's
know
coming
it's
out,
stopping.
yes.
The lights are on. The bus is stopping.
Someone's just trying to.
And
It's like
somebody's flooring it.
and somebody's trying to get
it's
around.
like when you see the yellow light.
Cause they,
Make the
'cause-
arm longer.
I can make it.
Make the arm longer. Yeah, like
Well-
have it stick out like a railroad.
You know,
tie,
someone's
you
gonna
know.
bust it.
Thump.
Then.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But I mean, you just don't do that. You know when a bus is stopping, and then
Yeah.
if you're stuck behind a bus, well,
I
you're
know.
gonna have to wait that
It's aggravating.
2 minutes. It's aggravating. Everybody's had it
And
happen,
everyone's
right?
yeah. Just wave to the kids that are waving back to you in the bus, in the window. Sometimes they're not being nice, but you can wave back to them.
Yeah, I mean.
So it's that big of a problem in Cumberland where
Well,
they
according to
feel
the
like,
superintendent, it is. I guess he's
Okay.
gotten many complaints
yep,
that it's happening too often.
and they're not
Let's
being
do something
caught
about it.
because there's nobody around to catch them or write down their license plate number.
Well, is it up to the school bus driver? Do you have a pad of paper next
Yeah,
to there?
right. No,
and
it
write
absolutely
numbers-
not.
write
Absolutely not.
things
Yeah.
down. So okay, so but they've tabled it to the next meeting, so nothing's going on just yet, and it looks like the next meeting. will
Usually
be,
a body like
later.
that tables things because a question comes up during debate
That
that
no
they
one
don't
has
have
an
an
answer?
answer for, and they would like to have the answer before they vote.
Okay.
Sure.
That's usually what
Yep.
happens, isn't it?
Yep.
The
Melissa,
way
you'd know something
Hold
about
for
that.
further study. It's the same thing.
Yeah. They do want to have it if violators could be fined up to $500
Mm-hmm.
or have their licenses suspended for 30 days. I guess for multiple violations.
That's one of the first things you learn when you're driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop
Stop
school-
for the
schools
school
bus.
bus, for pity's sake. You get behind one, life gets tough.
And
So
I-
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's kind of like those cameras, like when you go blow through a red light and they send you a picture
Oh,
of yourself
yeah, right.
and your car with a blown up license plate, so you can't say, well, like, oh, that wasn't me driving, and then
Well, what
you
is me?
like, right, you like eating a sandwich or whatever while you're driving. Like, I hope they do that, and it's like, that was you passing the school bus. Here you are in your car, and that's your plate.
Yep.
So there you go.
Pay the fine.
Pay the
Pay
fine.
the fine. Don't pass the bus.
I mean, try to fight
Common
it, but that's
sense.
just not
It's common sense.
That's not going to work out. Anybody go see Bruce Springsteen last night?
I have a friend who
Well, take
did.
a look at us. Do we look wet?
It only rained at the end of the show. He was in Foxborough. He's at Gillette
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah, I know. You know, I don't know. It's
Bruce is not for you?
but yeah, well, you know, I used to enjoy his music, and then I don't know.
You gotta take his
I
politics and
don't.
put it
Yeah,
aside.
no, I can't put his politics aside. I'm sorry. I can't.
Some people can't separate.
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah. It's just like once that stuff started, I said, see you later.
Okay.
That's just me.
But it's so funny because I was thinking of, back when tickets are on sale, go see them. And I was like, I've never seen Bruce. Maybe I should do it this one time. But tickets were up in the Taylor Swift range.
They were insanely expensive.
Forget about it. Now, you know what they are? $38.
Yeah, right. Because he got sick, so that was it. They
Yeah.
turned him in. They sold him to somebody else. They did not sell out the Saturday night show.
It might sell out now when people.
Well, yeah,
know it's
okay,
not
it
sold
might
out.
sell out
But your
now,
$38 tickets are. I mean, you are far away from the stage.
Oh,
just,
gosh.
just so you know, you're in the 300
Right,
section
but
there.
if
at
you bought maybe not the best tickets, but you paid hundreds of dollars for your tickets, and then you found out that other people were getting their tickets for $38, I'd be.
You better have much better tickets if you paid like $500
You
for
better.
yours.
You better. Yeah.
Bruce better be sweating on me. That's what happens.
Does
All
he
right.
sweat?
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay.
Bruce, he puts on a long show, like 3 hours, like Taylor Swift, but he
Yeah.
runs around a lot. And of course, he's carrying his guitar around all the time.
I've
too.
only seen him on TV, so I didn't know it.
He did.
Yeah.
He works up a pretty good sweat
Okay.
during his program. Tough to tell when it was raining.
I do agree somewhat. I don't take it to the extreme that he does, but I do agree with Rich somewhat that it bothers me when performers will go out and do a lot of political stuff and use their notoriety for that. I
Yeah.
would prefer that they went and did it privately by themselves under their own name, not under their famous name if they have to, and if they don't have to, then just don't use the notoriety, but quietly go about and make a difference in your little corner of the world rather than trying to separate. I mean, how can you do that? I mean, my goodness. I mean, if I decided I wanted to get political and it was Dave Richards getting political, then I'm using the notoriety I got from being on the radio. So you can't have it both ways. You can't use the notoriety and then separate yourself from it. Sorry, it doesn't work that way.
All right, we got to run, but on the last note on that, Elvis Presley was playing at was going to play at Madison Square Garden, 1972. All right, and he has a press conference, and someone asked him, "So, what are your thoughts on the Vietnam War?" It was controversial at the time.
Yeah.
And him being an ex-military guy said he had. I'm not going to comment on that at all.
Smart boy.
And he's like none. What I think about that is me. That's private. Next question.
Dolly Parton does the same thing, She does the same thing. Dolly Parton said it. They've asked her political questions before, and Dolly turns around and says, I got too many fans on both sides.
Yeah.
I keep my politics out of my music. See you later.
Smart,
That's what
smart.
she says. Yep.
Smart. All right, we got to run. Thank you very much for listening in, everyone. Rich Lane, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Come on down to the Post. Enjoy some music this weekend. Friday and Saturday night, 7 to 11. We got 2 live bands.
All right, Melissa Murray, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Happy Friday, everybody. There's lots to do. Check it out, our events on our webpage, on our events tab.
Right. And Dave Richards, thanks for kicking around.
Yeah, and we're really delighted that we have the St. John Romanian Orthodox Festival coming to the corner of Elbow Street and East School Street tomorrow from 11 o'clock on. And we'll be there with the Mystery Mike. I'm going to get myself something to eat, too. So it's fabulous. Denise is even happy about that because I'm not going to be asking her for what's for supper because I'm going to bring it home with me. And I hope that a lot of you people out there do, too. Plenty of good parking and stuff and a lot of good friends and friendly people out there as well. And then later on, now you can't participate in this any longer because the deadline for tickets has gone by. But we're delighted that your forecast keeps looking better and better
Oh, me too.
for the Twilight on
Me
the
too.
Blackstone there, Melissa.
Yep.
Fantastic. And our thanks to Nick Gassi from the St. John the Baptist Romanian Orthodox Church. He came in to talk about the food festival today. And for Noel Pinsence and Gene
Good
Budnick
old Noel.
from Pep and Lumber to talk about the Father Pat concert coming up on September 10th. All right, Gary Smith and the crew is coming your way at 9:30 right here on ON.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. The long vacant St. Patrick Church in Cumberland will transition to